better than the box Hamburger Helper, ready just as fast. Today we're making Hamburger Helper Stroganoff, one of my kids' all-time favorite recipes. This is way better than the box and it's so easy to make from scratch at home. Let's get cooking. First up, we need to chop some onions. That's pretty good considering I don't do the sports, just the cooking. So to dice the onion, as always, I'm using my handy dandy chopper. Love this thing right here. When we use it, we just quarter the onion. So first I cut off the ends, cut the onion in half and remove any of the skin from the onion. Once you get the skin off the onion, go ahead and quarter the onion, so halves the halves. And then when I use the chopper, I like to pick up the quarter and put it point side down onto the blade. And then chop. I love this chopper because I'm literally gonna chop this onion in minutes. It's linked in the description below if you haven't bought one yet. The onion is ready. We're gonna set that aside and get together our mushrooms. So for like a classic stroganoff, you want sliced mushrooms. I like to slice my own. You want about 8 ounces just because I think that it tastes better than the pre-sliced. The pre-sliced, in my opinion, does not have the great flavor. Now, if you are a mushroom hater, like my sister Carrie, it's okay, just leave them out. This is still gonna be great without the mushrooms. And if you're nervous about like your kids liking the mushroom, you can always throw the mushrooms in your chopper and dice them up real small so they cook down into the sauce and you get all the flavor without the texture of the mushrooms. So to slice a whole mushroom, I just lay it on its side with one of the stems down, hold it on one side, and then use, of course, our favorite knife, linked in the description below, to slice it evenly. And when you get to the end, I hold it on both sides and just run the knife through it. And there you go, perfectly sliced mushrooms. The hardest part is over with. That's all the prepping that's needed. So let's get to the stovetop and get to cooking. We're using a large stock pot for this recipe. You can use a Dutch oven as well. Heat over medium-high heat. Add in 1 pound ground beef. Add in the beautifully diced onions. Use a meat chopper to break up that beef as it browns. Who else is loving my pink meat chopper? It's so cute and it's linked below for you guys. And you already know what I'm gonna say. Resist the urge to just start chopping it up. Let it sit 3 to 4 minutes to get nice and browned, and then we're gonna come in and chop it up more. It's been about 4 minutes and you can see some of the ground beef browning around the edges, and that's when you want to go back in with this meat chopper and start to chop it up and mix it around so the remaining of it gets browned as well. It's looking great. We're gonna go ahead and let this cook for a few more minutes until the beef is no longer pink. Then add in the sliced mushrooms. Some fell out, it's okay. No mushroom left behind. Mix this in with the meat and we're gonna saute this for 3 to 4 minutes until the mushrooms are starting to soften and release the moisture. It's been 4 minutes and the mushrooms have officially released their moisture. So I want to explain what that means. As you can see, they're no longer quite as firm and they're more soft, and they change color. It's not like a vibrant white color, it's more of a brownish color, and that's how you know they're ready. Now we're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This is gonna help thicken that soft sauce later, but we wanna add it in now and cook it for a bit to kind of get out that floury taste. So we're gonna let this cook for about a minute. Now we're gonna add in 3 cups of beef broth, but we're gonna do a little bit of a time, so about a cup at a time roughly, and stir it in just to make sure the flour doesn't get lumpy. This is a great opportunity too to deglaze that pan and get any brown bits on the pan off and into the sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and add the remaining broth just because I didn't have any lumps, so I'm not seeing any issues with my flour. But if yours is a bit lumpy, just do 1 more cup of broth, stir it in, and then add the other cup. Stir in 2 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce, and then 1 tablespoon Dijon Mustard. I'm just gonna use this little guy to scoop them out here. Now let's do the seasoning. Start with a teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon dried thyme leaves. Make sure to use the leaves and not the ground thyme. 1 teaspoon salt, I'm using pink Himalayan salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon pepper. Stir to combine and then make sure the heat is up to high, and we're going to bring this to a boil. It's at a boil, so let's add in 8 ounces wide egg noodles. Stir them in and push them down into the sauce because you want them submerged into the meat mixture. Cover. Reduce the heat to low and cook for 10 to 12 minutes. It's been about 3 minutes. You do want to stir this occasionally, so every few minutes, to make sure that the noodles are cooking evenly. There's my timer, not burning and staying kind of pushed down into the meat mixture. Continue to cook through until the noodles are tender. Turn off the heat, and then we're gonna add in 1 cup of sour cream. This is gonna give that sauce that creamy texture. Gently just stir it in and let the heat from the meal melt and combine it. So I love using sour cream because it gives it that little bit of tang that you get in classic beef stroganoff. If you're wanting a lighter option, plain Greek yogurt is delicious in this recipe as well. It just took like 2 minutes of stirring and it's melted and heated through. It's ready. Last but not least, just to make it a bit fancier, we're gonna add in some fresh chopped parsley. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if I was making this at home, I'd probably skip this step, but for you guys, I wanted to include it today. Just gently stir it in, being careful not to crush the noodles. Now it's time for my favorite part, eating it up. So this meal is delicious and amazing, but it is very filling, so I'm gonna recommend a light side with it. Some of your favorite veggies, either steamed or roasted. I like broccoli just because I will mix it right in to get the sauce on the broccoli as well. Let's try this. Delicious. This is 10 times better than the box stuff and took just as quick. Ready in under 30 minutes. This recipe is ready in under 25 minutes and it tastes literally like it came from a fancy restaurant. If you love easy recipes, make sure you like and subscribe. Time for my favorite part, taste testing. I can't wait. Amazing. It is creamy and it's a wonderful nostalgic meal. If you enjoyed today's video and you love easy, affordable one-pot meals, make sure you watch our next video.